Have you ever fancied that fast food meal but didn't want to sit inside, or you fancied a nice big bag of fish and chips sat on a nice little bench by the seaside, but then British weather, peas down with rain, so you have to sit in the car? Well, I've got it sorted with this steering wheel tray. So let's get some resin mixed up and we can get started. I've mixed up some resin and I'm going to add to that some of the Let's Resin Midnight Blue alcohol ink. Just a couple of drops of that into there. And I'm also going to add some of the Super Sparkle White from Tracy at Mrrresin's GB. So I think I'll do quite a generous helping of that into there. Pop the lid back on that one. And then mix that up. Lovely. And then I'm just going to pour this round the outside rim. Just all the way round. Yeah. And oops, just spilt that over the top. Down the side there, across that bottom edge. Probably made up way too much. And then I've got some crushed glass, so I'm going to add to that around the outside. Just here, there and everywhere. Put some of that in. And all the way down this bottom edge as well. So down into there. And you get you. And then down this edge. A bit more over here. And down into there. Down that bit. A bit more, I think. And a bit more in that top bit, because that's quite a wide area. Right, I haven't got down here, so some down into there. I think that would do of those for the time being. And then I've got some different size beads. So I think I'll drop some of those in as well. Just scatter these around in different places. Get those off of there. Come on, in you go. There you go. Some down there. All the way along that bottom edge. Pop those ones in, they're escaping. Some down this side. And around that top bit there. And you get. And then I've also got some of these, what are they? They're like well, they're plastic, but they're like little crystals. So I'm going to pop some of those in as well. Get a nice little blingy edge going on around here. Get some of those in there. Oops, missed the mould completely. And let's pop some down that bottom edge. There we go. Some down this bit. Get those little crafty devils in there. some around here. Right, I think that will probably do for those. Do I want to add any more? Let's just wipe off the bit that's escaping there. Get that bit in there. Wipe off that bit of resin that's gone onto there. I think that's a bit of glass. Right. There we go. I need to find something for the rest of that resin. And do I want to add any more around the outside? I think I'll add a bit more crushed glass. Just got a bit more of this in. Put a little bit more down that edge there. And some more up in that corner. Some more over here. Right, okay, I think that would do. So I need to find something for all this other resin that I made up, and I'll see you back for the next layer. This layer's all cured now, so next I want to add some lights, and I've just got these wire lights. So I'm just going to put these round where I want them. So let's see, I'm just going to use some tape just to hold them down for the time being, just so as I don't miss any spaces. So round there, put another bit of tape there, and then that one can go down the bottom there. Let's just put another bit down in there, and then that one round there. Right, so that goes there, and then my second set, I want that to start where that one finished. Where's the first light? There. Right, so that one can go there. Let's pop another bit of tape down there. And then we'll take that one up and over that bit there. Let's pop another bit of tape there. And then round that bit there. Pop a bit of tape there. And then, have I got enough to go around that bit? Yes. And then that can go around there. Oops, let's get another bit of tape. So across there with that one. Get off me fingies. Put that there. And then, where's that one finished? That one finishes there. So we'll add that to that bit. And then back round. Where's the light there? Let's just put a crease in that one. Otherwise there won't be a light in that middle section. Right, I think that would do like that. Let's pop that one under that bit of tape there, just to hold it. Right, so that's roughly where I want them. So I'm going to use the Let's Resin Bonding UV resin, which comes with the torch, and just sort of tack it down in place. So I'm just going to put a blob of the resin over the top, and then, oh, wrong way, and then cure that. And this doesn't take long to cure, only about 10 seconds. So I'm just going to do this all the way around You don't need to see me doing this, so I'll do this and then I'll be back for the next bit. So that's my lights all tacked down where I want them. And next I'm going to use the Let's Resin metallic powder in silver. Open that over there. And I'm going to cover these sections here. So that one, and that one there with the silver powder. So I'll just quickly do this. I think what I'll do is I'm going to use my finger actually, because then I can feel where the edge is. So just going to burnish that in using my finger. So I'll just do this one on camera and then I'll do the other two off camera. Just put a little bit of powder on there and then burnish that around. So that's that one done. So the same again for these two over here. So that's those three all covered in the silver now. So I'm just going to go and mix up some resin and then we can move on to the next bit. I've mixed up some resin and I'm going to add to that some of the Almost Midnight from Create and Bloom. So I'm going to pop some of that in there. And I'm just going to go around the outside edges with this because I've still got a bit of a lip round here. So I'm going to fill in that lip with this beautiful blue. So I'll just get this mixed in and then just going to carefully pour this all the way around this outside edge. Hopefully my levels are okay. So just going all the way around this rim here. Right, so I think that's pretty much there. I think I just got a little bit, just need to get into that little tiny area there. That's it. I think everywhere else is covered okay. Right, so I'm just going to leave that to cure now and then I'll see you back for the next layer. This layer's all cured now and I've mixed up some more resin and separated it into 4 pots. And I'm going to add to the first one some of the puffball from Create and Bloom. So I'm going to add some of that into that one. And then I've got the Almost Midnight, which is the colour I used for this one. So I'm going to add some of that, give that a good stir. Going to add some of that to that one. And then I've got the Dorset Blue, again from Create and Bloom. So give that a good mix. And then pop that into that one. And then finally I've got the Mrresin, again from Create and Bloom. Beautiful colours these are, and these colours are part of the Wild Swimming set. So I'm just going to add some of that into that last pot. And then get these all mixed up. So I'll get these all mixed and then I'll see you back in a minute. That's all my colours mixed up now, and I'm just going to do a dirty pour with all of these. So just adding them all into one larger pot. So no set pattern, just gonna plop them in and then we can get pouring. So I'm just going to do this with all these colours. More of that one and some of that one and a bit more of that one. Let's just put all of that one in there now, and the rest of that one, and let's have some more of that puff ball, some of that into there, and then finally this one here. Right, so that's all my colours in. Let's just scrape out the rest of this pot. Don't want to waste any. Put that in there. And then the rest of that one in there. And the same with the other two. Pop that in there. And then finally the rest of that puff ball. Right, so now I'm just going to, oh, look at all those lovely colours in there. Beautiful. So now I'm just going to pour it all over the tray. And just let them do their own thing. Hopefully I've made up enough. Doesn't look like it, but I can add to it, so I'm not too worried. As long as I cover that middle section that was clear, or rather didn't have any resin on it, then I'm not too worried about the rest of it. So I'm just going to scrape out the rest of what I've got in my pot. I might be able to get this to the edges because it's going to need another layer once this is cured. So I'm just going to make sure I get most of this covered, and just get that round to the edges there. Shush that along. Oh, I've got to be careful of that mica powder that I put down there. Let's see if I can scrape out any more on my pots, just to fill in those bits. Some more of that down in there. Might just have enough, I think. I don't want to disrupt the pattern that's going on in the middle, so I think I'm just going to leave that. Right, okay, so I'll leave that as it is. I'm just going to mix up a little bit more resin and just top those bits up, and then I'll see you once this is all cured. This is all cured up now, and I've mixed up some more resin, and I think because there's some absolutely incredible cells that's happening in there. If you look at all those, it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm thinking I don't really want to cover that up with just a plain colour. I think I'm just going to do it clear, but I am going to add just a little bit of the Super Sparkle White from Tracy at Mini Scenes GB. So I'm just going to pop a bit of that into the resin and then mix that in. And then the idea is that if the other side isn't as pretty as I'm hoping, then I can still use it this way up. Yeah, it's not going to have like the indents for like the cup holder and stuff like that, but it will still be usable. So that's my thinking. So I'm just going to pour this straight over the top and then just fill up the rest of this with the clear, just with that added bit of sparkle. I doubt if this is going to fill it right the way up. I'm not sure if it needs it, but I'm sure it'll be okay, just like that. So just going to get that last bit of resin out of there. Make sure it's all the way up to the edges. Get that leftover resin out of there. And then I'm just going to give it a quick torch just with my cigarette lighter. Just pop any bubbles that might be on there. And then we're going to leave this to cure. So I'll see you back in a little while. This is all cured up now, and I've got to say this side looks absolutely gorgeous. Love that. But that's not the side that we're interested in. So let's pop this huge lump out and see how it's looking on the other side. So while I'm just getting this out, I just mentioned that today's video is part of the Friendship Express. Oh, and there will be a playlist in my description box. And the Friendship Express is organised by myself and Tina from Pour Resin with Love, Amy from Resonating Art by Amy, and Susie from Serendipity Resin Creations. Right, let's have a look, see how this has turned out on the other side. Oh, that's lovely. I like that. Very nice. Oh, let's check the lights. Let's pop it down. That is quite heavy. Right, let's see if the lights work. Oh, they do. Right, where's the other little button? I didn't put much of a lead on that one, did I? Turn the other one on. Ah, pretty. So I can eat my food and have my sparkly little lights on. Nice. Right, let's see what they look like just on steady there, like that. Gorgeous. All right, so I think the only thing left to do is to check to see if this fits on my steering wheel. Oh, and I do need to glue these bits onto the back, I think, just so as they don't get knocked. So I think I need to glue one there and one there. So I'll do that and then I'll see you in the car. So this is how it fits into the steering wheel, and I think you do need to have a steering wheel with a centre column down here, otherwise it's got nothing to sit against. But it's really sturdy. I'm really pleased with this. It looks lovely. Right, so I think I'm gonna sit here and have a cup of tea and a slice of cake without my husky peering into my soul. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end. and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.